Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel, where we discuss various topics related to the Canadian economy in detail. In today's video, we will provide you with a detailed overview of the Canadian economy. Canada is the world's 10th largest economy and has one of the highest standards of living globally. The country's economy is diversified, with a mix of industries, including service, manufacturing, and natural resources. Canada has a long history of being a resource-based economy. In the 19th century, the country relied heavily on natural resources such as lumber, minerals, and fur. The early 20th century saw the emergence of manufacturing, particularly in the automotive and aircraft industry. The post-World War II era brought significant growth to the Canadian economy, driven mainly by increased trade with the United States. In the 1970s, Canada experienced an economic downturn as a result of the oil crisis, which led to high inflation and unemployment rates. The country responded by adopting policies to promote economic diversification, such as the National Energy Program and the creation of the Canadian International Development Agency. During the 1980s and 1990s, Canada experienced significant economic growth due to increased trade, particularly with the United States, and the expansion of the service sector. The country's economic growth slowed down in the early 2000s, mainly due to the global economic slowdown and the decline in natural resource prices. As of 2021, Canada's GDP, gross domestic product, was approximately $1.7 trillion. The country's economy has been significantly impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic, resulting in a contraction of 5.4% in 2020. However, the country's economy is expected to rebound in 2021, with the GDP projected to grow by 6.5%. Canada has a highly educated workforce, with a literacy rate of nearly 100%. The country's labor force participation rate is approximately 65%, with women accounting for nearly half of the workforce. The unemployment rate in Canada is approximately 7.5%, with significant variations across the provinces. Natural resources. Canada is rich in natural resources, including timber, minerals, and oil and gas. The country is the world's third largest producer of natural gas and the fourth largest producer of oil. Canada is also the world's second largest producer of uranium and potash. Manufacturing. Manufacturing is a significant contributor to the Canadian economy, accounting for approximately 10% of the country's GDP. The automotive industry is the largest manufacturing sector, followed by aerospace and defense, food and beverage, and pharmaceuticals. Services. Services are the largest sector in the Canadian economy, accounting for approximately 70% of the GDP. The largest service industries include finance, insurance, real estate, and healthcare. Technology. Canada has a growing technology industry, with significant clusters in Toronto, Vancouver, and Montreal. The industry includes companies that specialize in software development, artificial intelligence, and e-commerce. The Canadian economy is expected to continue to grow, primarily driven by the service sector and natural resources. The country's manufacturing sector is also expected to grow, particularly in the automotive industry, with the increasing demand for electric and autonomous vehicles. Canada is also expected to increase its focus on the technology industry, with significant investments in research and development and the creation of innovation hubs. However, there are also significant challenges facing the Canadian economy, including an aging population, high household debt, and ongoing trade disputes with the United States and other countries. The Canadian economy has both advantages and disadvantages. In this section, we will explore the pros and cons of the Canadian economy. Pros. Natural resources. Canada has abundant natural resources such as minerals, oil, and gas, which are essential commodities in the global economy. These resources provide a significant contribution to the country's GDP, creating jobs and attracting foreign investments. Highly educated workforce. Canada has a highly educated workforce, with a large percentage of the population having a post-secondary education. This highly skilled workforce attracts foreign investment and contributes to the country's innovation and research efforts. Stable banking system. The Canadian banking system is known for its stability and soundness. This stability has contributed to Canada's economic growth and attracts foreign investment. Free trade agreements. Canada has free trade agreements with numerous countries, including the United States and Mexico through the North American Free Trade Agreement, NAFTA, which facilitates trade and investment. Strong social safety net. Canada has a strong social safety net that provides a safety net for its citizens in times of need, such as unemployment or illness. This safety net reduces economic inequality and helps stimulate the economy. Cons. Dependence on natural resources. Canada's economy is heavily dependent on natural resources, which makes it vulnerable to global commodity price fluctuations. This dependence can result in economic volatility and instability. High household debt. Canadians have some of the highest household debts in the world. This high level of debt makes Canadians vulnerable to economic downturns and can negatively impact consumer spending. Aging population. Canada's population is aging, and this demographic shift poses challenges to the economy, such as increased healthcare costs, labor shortages, and reduced economic growth. Trade disputes. Canada has faced several trade disputes, particularly with the United States, which can negatively impact its economy. Trade tensions can lead to the imposition of tariffs, which can increase the cost of goods and services, reduce trade, and slow economic growth. Regional disparities. There are significant regional disparities in Canada's economy, with some regions experiencing stronger growth and employment opportunities than others. This can result in economic and social inequality. During the post-World War II era, Canada experienced significant economic growth, primarily driven by increased trade with the United States. However, in the 1970s, the country faced an economic downturn due to the oil crisis, which led to high inflation and unemployment rates. In conclusion, Canada has a diversified economy that has experienced significant growth over the years. The country is rich in natural resources, and its manufacturing and service sectors are significant contributors to the GDP. The Canadian economy is expected to continue to grow. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe my channel for more country's economy.